Yeah, but what's the end goal here, Bettina? Because as an ideology, you can't keep exploiting each other as a social group. You can't keep having women empowered to exploit men and the other way around, because it's going to end up with a social disaster. I mean, that's what happens if you pit two people against each other as a group. Is it just, you know, lawyers and politicians trying to exploit short-term situations with no vision about what damage it's going to do to social cohesion? Because when I grew up, we were still talking about the idea of one true love and romance and family. We were still thinking, like, sure, we had the powerful, you know, be an independent woman movement, but it was be an independent woman but also seek love and family. That was the underpinning of that movement. Now we have this aggressive, be independent, hate men. You might still have children, but you can use them to exploit the courts. I mean, this is not going to end well for society as a whole, surely.
No, well, I think that's certainly true. This is just one component in an increasingly biased legal structure set up to destroy men. I mean, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be around to see this change. I mean, I'm just in despair about how captured mainstream media is, and the fact this change went through. Where was the press gallery, who are supposed to be noticing what's happening in our parliament? I thought, and I was thinking about that, and I thought, you know, the press gallery is now full of ambitious young, many feminist women who aren't remotely interested in this, who just buy the feminist narrative about protecting children. And of course, they were the women who stood up and gave a standing ovation to Brittany Higgins in the press club before the court case had even began. I mean, we can't expect any proper reporting from that lot. And we have, in our bureaucracies, in our Attorney General Department, in all the key government departments, we now have 60 to 70% women. They're the ones who are writing these laws. They're the ones who are making the decisions about how we're going to, you know, run our society. And it's absolutely frightening to me. And I don't know what's going to turn it around.
Well, it disappoints me to say that in these identity politics movements, and it's not just the feminist movement, we see it with other identity politics, being a victim is an express lane to riches, fame and power. And so this idea, like where we've got a society going where people are becoming less qualified, they are not achieving the same level of merit as people in generations before them. And so instead of having to do a good job and advance through civilization with actually produced good work, they go, oh, well, I can be a victim and be handed a job, I can be handed a pile of cash, I get some political power. This weaponization of victimhood, I think, is a big part of the feminist industry. And as a woman, you and I, it's very disappointing to see women going the easy route to fame, and they've got nothing underpinning their success. Are you disappointed in this victimhood thing that women are actually playing into? Because it devalues all of our work if that's who succeeds.
Oh, it's just pathetic. I mean, I was part of an early wave of, I suppose, a second wave of feminism, and we were so excited to be given our independence, to not have to be chaperoned anymore, to be, you know, take our place in the world alongside men and take risks that men do. And I mean, the world was our oyster. And all of a sudden, you know, this push for protection, push for us to be treated as pathetic little wimpish creatures, you know, up on some pedestal that, you know, we don't dare